She's also going to be, oh yeah, did you say MIZ? Yeah.
Yeah.
Missouri people, so. Cool.
ZOU.
MIZ-ZOU. Okay, let's see. So, I've sure put out a lot of words at you in the last, like, couple minutes. Does anyone want to, like, say anything or, like, have any questions? Okay. I think before I figure out more of how to get this set up, I think it'd be best if I do, like, an actual audio narrative right now, rather than this kind of test thing. So, this is gonna go away forever. Sorry. Figuring out a way to easily save it is the next iteration. Probably with code. Hopefully with code. I like code. Talking to computers is easier than talking to people. Sometimes. I have some stuff written that I want to pull out here. Oh, also if you want to be like a freaking nerd, we also have Camus. No hate to nerds. I mean, I'm the one that owns that, so. I'm a nerd. We're all nerds here. Welcome. Oh, this is from IO Festival, by the way. Everyone should go to IO Festival. It's really cool. It's kind of expensive, so I volunteered and I got to go for free. But it's in Minneapolis. It's really awesome. It's another just like DIY activism, cool things. I would say, yeah, it's neat. Yeah. I just like to connect cool folks with other cool folks. Let's see here. We're gonna find, I have some audio narrative slides. This is a Buckminster Fuller sketch. I love Bucky Fuller. He's a really cool dude focused on infrastructure, which I am too. Let's see. Thank you. There should be some pages flagged. I tried to make this easier for me. Mom, are you recording me? What a nice lady. Gosh, you're doing great work. One thing I like to say to my mom, actually, yeah, let's just kind of make this up. So I'm just going to tell a story. One thing that I really like to say to my mom is, I'm a big fan of your work, and I think it's really funny because that's me, in part. One of the things that she created was me, and so it's really cool because I get to kind of like give myself a little confidence boost, give her a little confidence boost, just kind of like, you know, hey, I'm a big fan of your work. So let's record over this. So I'm just going to tell a story. One thing that I really like to say to my mom is, I'm a big fan of your work, and I think it's really funny because that's me, in part.
Ouch.
The thing that she created was me, and so it's really cool because I get to kind of like... I never know what I'm doing, actually. That's the trick. Hey, I'm a big fan. That makes sense, though, because it was colored. Oh, so let's record over echoes. That's Patlin. It was too much feedback because it was an echo in it. Is your work. And I think it's really Let's actually stop this because it's going to be really unpleasant. Okay, do you have a story? Do you want to talk? That's fair. If you have any cool audio narratives or anything you want to share, or just like words, you know, just like tell stories. I actually am going to end this live video. Oh wow, great, bye.
Oh no, I don't. I don't ever want that.
You don't want to relive a story of your life?
No,
you don't have to.
My wheel popped up with going this video. So,
oh my gosh, wow. That's a lot.
Highway, but I can read this.
Do you want to read that?
Sure,
that would be so great of you. Thank you so much. Okay,
sure, I'll put
whenever you're ready.
Did you think I was a city, big enough for a weekend getaway? I am the town surrounding it, the one you've always never heard of. Actually, that's wrong.
Okay, alright, let's set up already. Ah.
It's fine. You can start over. Your shirt is so freaking cool. Yes. Aggressively compliments you. What?
6.
I haven't actually seen the last 5 episodes because that's what I do with a lot of shows. It's like, I'm not emotionally ready. And then I leave them for multiple years.
Oh. Well, they're on the Hulu if you have that. I get DVDs from the library because I don't have Hulu, but
yeah.
they're on Hulu.
I think my sister has Hulu, and I think she also wants me to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So.
Okay, it's a very good show.
Yeah.
The season is so good. Yeah.
She and her friends on SnarkSquad.com actually wrote about, like, did recaps of, they do snarky recaps of stuff.
Okay.
She doesn't work for them well, she helped create it, but she kind of left it behind. She does other stuff now.
Oh, okay.
But they did snarky recaps of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that are super fun if you want to just, like, read more Buffy the Vampire stuff.
I'll look for that.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast that also recaps it. It's called Buffering the Vampire Slayer. And they put episode
Oh, that's
episode,
nice.
and it's really good.
That's a cool, like, that's a clever name. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Alright.
Also, feel free to write stuff down. If you didn't bring a notebook with you, you can take pages from any of my stuff.
Alright, I'll try this one. It's short, so.
Yeah.
Every time you tell your daughter, you yell at her. Out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness, which seems like a good idea until she grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like you.
Wow, yes.
Alright.
Snap, snap.
Yeah, I couldn't snap because my hands were covered. But yes.
Confuse
Alright.
which seems like a good idea until she grows up to trust men who hurt her
What's that?
because they look so much like you. Out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness. Which seems like a good idea until she grows up to
Oh,
trust men
let me
who
also set up the other main thing that I have here.
so much like you.
Also, feel free to like read over it because layering voices sounds really cool. There's my friend did a feminist retelling of Taming of the Shrew, where basically they framed it as tragedy, which it is, in my opinion. And they actually replaced a bunch of the scenes with like little poems and songs and things, both written by the people or collected by the people. And it was an all high school cast, which I thought was interesting. Like it was like these little like 16 to 18-year-olds like coming through doing cool stuff, and I was like, this is one of the best productions I've seen ever, and it's being made like really ramshackle by a bunch of like 17-year-olds, like awesome. And I talk like I'm really old. I'm 22. I'm hyped about what you're doing. You're cool.
But I have to.
You have to record it.
So I have to hit this while that's ready to record.
Yeah.
Men who hurt her because they look so much like you. Every time you tell your daughter, you yell at her. Out of love, you teach her to confuse.
For the scene where they kind of don't give much attention to this, but there's a scene where Mercutio, what's his name? Big Bad, goes and like takes Katerina and says like, we're going to the marriage bed now, and it's clearly like it's their wedding night. Like there's a very implied like what is happening there, but there's never any like weight given to that. So what we did actually, I was doing light design for it. That's how I got involved. I work with a theater collective called Wow Cafe Theater. That is a collective in New York City. That is the, as far as we know, longest running theater for people who identify as women, trans, or both. I identify as trans, not as a woman. And it's just a really cool magical space, and it's awesome. And what I got to do, well, there was a row of people all just reading and singing their poetry and making sounds, playing drums, and like it was a cacophony. And so I was basically playing the lights like a keyboard. Yeah, and so it was really cool. It was very dramatic. You got to see it. You liked it.
I did. It was fascinating.
It was such a cool show. Like I still think about it. Clearly, I mean, I'm telling you about it. Yes.
Ready, Gabrielle? Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready.
You yell at her. Out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness. It seems like a good
You have a
idea.
lovely voice, JC.
Grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like
I felt like I decided that it was really cheesy.
I really like that.
out of love.
So another thing that I have set up, I have the actual sculpture here, but there's some issues of the wires crossing, so I'm pulling up the web version. But basically what happens, this is a private thing that you can kind of just like choose to engage. I'm going to set up a little space for it over here. But so content warnings for transphobia, trans erasure, homophobia, and violence, specifically the pulse shooting, as well as for rape culture and sexual assault. So there's a lot of really heavy loaded stuff in here. The project is called Playing the Victim. It's this mask where when the code isn't, well, the code is all working, when the wires aren't messed up, because these are wires that have basically been like asked a lot of them. you could press these different kind of like harsh metal bits, like this blade, this cut up screw, and this penny. And when you did it, it would trigger these different audio narratives to come up. And you sit there. I only let people listen to it in headphones because it is very harsh, and I want people to have this personal moment where they're just sitting here like delicately touching this space and listening to its story. And yeah, so, and also like playing the victim, like tongue-in-cheek masks, all that. And so I'm gonna have this set up where you can kind of play with it, and you can look at the wiring. It's done with Arduino. The code, you can find me online, I think through Megapolis. If you have any questions about the code, super down to show people the code and how to do things. But yeah, feel free to look at this box, look at anything in it, but to actually listen to it, you have to use the web version. So it's the same thing though, where you click the metal bits instead. But added bonus, you can click the eyeball, not touch, but you can click the eyeball and it'll play all of them at once, because who doesn't want to be completely inundated by horrible messages? So I'll get that set up really quickly right here. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to get it set up right over there because there's a lot happening in this vicinity. Let's see. Try not to break things. It's great. So we'll have a little corner where you can just go and deal with emotions or something. Even if you don't listen to it, you can just sit over there and deal with emotions. That's always good.
By the end of the day, you have done nothing. The slightest temptation, the newspapers, a chance meeting, the shop windows, the warmth of a cafe, held him spellbound. By evening, he had no good excuse to his stupendous wondering that much of nothing. The slightest temptation,
You're cool. That's in this? I still haven't read it,
the
so.
shop windows, the warmth of a cafe, held him spellbound. By evening, he had
No, I was just handing it to you. I didn't actually have anything to do. I was trying to be a pal.
the slightest temptation,
What am I trying to do?
a chance
So also, you can kind of engage this however you want, but I'm going to have it set up so that there can be two headphones. I've never tried this before. It might be a lot emotionally to deal with these things with someone else, but if you want to try to sit over there as a pair of two, listening to the same thing together, see how that works? You know, I just kind of, I think that could be really nice. Feedback. Yes, it's a very real mistake. That's good. Think right angles. That's supposed to be the thing people say. Is that Philadelphia on your shirt? Where is that?
That's
That's from this. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. I have not actually been by Philadelphia yet, which is really
See,
true.
like, I'm doing what you were doing in the place. I'm volunteering so that I can go for meetings.
Yeah, I'm doing that. That's what I've done most of the, like, for most festivals that I go to. This one, they just let me go for free because I'm part of it, which is great. I'm trying to do that too. People let me in. It turns out I'm here. Also, Megapolis application to submit is free. Are you part of the festival volunteering as well, or like how are you connected? Because you have a thing. Are you showing work?
Under potential ride.
Oh, hi, nice to meet you, Josh. I actually have a ride. My mom's gonna drive me. I meant to email you back.
Hi.
Got a place for you.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's driving me because she has to help me move in my whole life to my art studio I just got.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It is very cheap. That was my one thing. It's in Bushwick. It's off the Morgan L, which I thought meant that I was gonna not be able to have a place anymore, be able to have a train anymore very soon. But that's not until 2019 that the L shuts down.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
I know it's going to be awesome, but I kind of can't wait just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Businesses close, what we go through.
I'm actually really interested to see if things will kind of de-gentrify slightly because it will be less interesting real estate. Which is kind of shitty, but like also like gentrification. If anyone minds curse words, I can not use them. You know. Where's our audio splitter? Wow, my app just just got so much more clear when I moved that chair. That's great. What were you? Yes. What were you showing? Did I miss it?
Last night, right before.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was very tired. I came here straight from waking up Friday morning. So when I got here Saturday morning, I was quite sleepy. And so I performed, and then I went to sleep.
You performed here in addition to this?
No, this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. But it was different because we didn't have all the stuff. Because she was driving it. There was a lot. We were both very sleepy because we had both gone straight through. Yeah, she's a pretty cool lady. Turns out. I don't know if you've heard of, but have you potentially heard of Council for UJC? I was wondering, she runs that. It's near it's near Columbia. It's based out of Jefferson City, but Council for you. Do you do anything with Columbia?
I'm on the radio there a lot, but that's about it. Yeah.
I used to be my editor.
Pepper and Friends, Paul Pepper. I go on Paul Pepper's.
I used to produce a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Is that how you got started with audio, or?
Yeah, I was a DJ. So.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to get started. Wow.
Awesome.
Radio is so neat. Oh, hey, I was looking for that. Cool to find your stuff.
More sounds.
Yeah, you're adding to the art. Thanks, man.
Yes.
Gabriella's ready. Yay. Okay.
My mom has clearly been very excited to hear what you got to say. So.
She's reading a poem.
Yeah. Wait. So should I just...
Yeah, when it's red, then it's good.
You were so... Are you excited to be afraid of it? Here we go.
So this theoretically should work now, if anyone wants to learn how to use it, because I don't know how to use it yet. This one. It's just another pedal, so if you're a musician, it should be something that makes sense to you. I'm very new to pedals. I'm much more familiar with doing it on a computer, so.
Okay.
And it's hooked up to that other mic, the one that's right below your arm. So yeah.
Hearing some delay effects.
Cool. Also, some of the delay effects might be coming from this amp that's set up over here, which people can play with now that we have a space open. Yeah, do whatever, make art.
Yeah, they're both going into to the amps, but not into each other.
Yes. So I sure cannot find my audio splitter, so it's gonna still be a one-person experience over there.
Well, there's two audio splitters here. You have another?
Yeah, but I have an 8-inch one for my laptop. But so those stay there.
Maybe
Could find it.
it's solo thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's for the best. You know, I mean, that's a thing to try out another time. But I'm already kind of inundating everyone here, so okay. You still recording? Wow, shout out to your phone memory. My phone would normally have memory for this, but instead it's kind of chat. Ooh, yes.
Wow, I like that sound.
I love this. I'm not sure that I even understand what's happening, but I like it. Okay, this is ready in case anyone wants to try it, but you know, also you don't have to. Very fair.
You'd be the first victim, huh?
Oh yeah, it's very fun. Priorities, you know. Let's just refresh it. It's again like where you put here, or here.
But on the screen, not on this.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Right, but
stuff in, it's just, you can't do it that way. Sometimes the tech doesn't want to work, which is fair. I've been asking a lot of this tech. Yeah, go for it. Left is the side forward, but yeah.
Cool.
Yes, Jen!
You're in.
You're really cool. Your tattoo is cool. Everything's cool. You're doing a great job.
I work a little bit with it, so it's fun.
That's awesome. See, that's one of the reasons that I did this is so I can steal from you guys. What do you do?
Well, I have a installation.
That's so cool.
Like a sound sculpture.
So will I be able to check it out when I go by after this?
It's until like the 30th.
Okay, so I might be getting there. Well, are you heading straight to Philly Camp from here?
I was gonna check out the water.
Okay, well then we're going to go straight to Philly Camp. Yeah, we're gonna try to beat you there. Okay, what's it called?
Oh, this is weird. It's in the window. It's like these globular.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm really excited for that. I also like sound sculptures.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you where are you from? Where are you based? Okay, cool. Are you going to ride with Josh?
I think so.
I was going to, but then my mom turned out to be really nice. Well, she was already nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
She didn't like. Yeah, she was actually nice before she helped me, but
Yeah.
this is also good. This week she also drove my brother to Houston and helped him move into his apartment. So he's been helping. Yeah, the bottom half of our children. Top half has been not asking as much, which is good. Usually, I think they're supposed to get to ask you less as they get older. Is the thought. And then eventually you can ask stuff of us when we have our lives together. I don't know when that's going to be. Never. We like to just kind of lean on each other a lot in our family. And we try to just kind of be a collective mass. Yeah. But yeah, so I can find you online if I look at Lucid Spheres on the website.
Oh, on the website?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so cool. Hopefully we can do cool art together maybe, if you'd be interested in that.
Yeah, your studio at Morgan's.
It's like 2 blocks from Morgan Stop. Are you near there?
Yeah, I'm about like a 10-block from there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll talk. We'll connect. It'll be good. I'm Tiny Lion Rose on everything. It says Phoenix. There's gonna be a picture of a person with weird hair. It's me. Okay. Wow, awesome.
It's turning out great.
I'm doing a lot of very The Office style gesticulating to the camera. like y'all are hearing this too, right? So is it looping back on its own or?
Yes.
But I don't know about this one yet. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then can you recitate more? Can I actually hold this up to you too?
I changed them. They understood. Because they were nervous when I met them. I was there, admiring them tirelessly. I trusted them. I hoped they would mutilate my people as and when I learned that the military was coming, I knew what I had to do. That day was like the others, the same blinding day that had gone on for so long. Late in the afternoon, we saw a guard appear, running along the edge of the basin. A few minutes later, I was dragged to the house of the fetish and the door closed. One of them helped me out in the dark, under
undercurrent of the cross-shaped saber. The silence lasted a long time. The strange sound of what we usually use in the city, voices, which took me a long time to recognize because they were speaking my language. But when we ran out to the point that the blade was no longer